back again with another review, and today we're going to talk about Review Deep Rising, 1998 movie, directed by Stephen Sommers. Yeah, the same guy that would bring us The Mummy a year later. He also directed The Mummy Returns, Van Helsing, G.I. Joe Rises of the Cobra, and I think the last film he directed was Odd Thomas with Anton Yelchin. But the plot real fast, so you have these band of mercenaries. They board this cruise ship. All the passengers have mysteriously vanished. And there's this creature that is lurking, out of sight. This unknown creature. And it begins to pick off this group one by one. And that's the plot here for this movie. Now the cast here, so you got Treat Williams in the film. Which apparently was offered to Harrison Ford, and he turned it down, so then they had to bring down the budget. But Treat Williams is great here in the movie. You also have Famke Janssen, who was in GoldenEye, and then just a year or two later, she would be Jean Grey in X-Men. You also have Anthony Heald in the film, who's this owner of the cruise ship. And I know I've seen him before. I think he was like a doctor in the Silence of the Lambs movie. Kevin J. O'Connor, who would be Benny in The Mummy. He's this character here as part of the group in the film. Wes Studi, very recognizable actor. Cliff Curtis, he would go on to be the bad guy in Collateral Damage. And he was also in Live Free or Die Hard. Trevor Goddard, the guy that played Kano in Mortal Kombat. He's one of the mercenaries. Unfortunately, he's passed away, but he was good here in the film. You also have Djimon Hounsou, and I'm probably botching that name, but he would go on to be in quite a few Marvel films. I forgot the name of the character, but he was also in Shazam, the Wizard. He was that character. So this is definitely an early role for him. But again, you have quite a cast here. Led by Treat Williams, who I've always found to be a very likable actor. He plays a good part in the film. I remember him more from the Substitute movies, the sequels. But you got a good cast here. I think the direction here by Stephen Sommers is very solid. He definitely brings a nice scope to the movie because, it's in this cruise ship. And it's been hit, it's taken on water, and you have this creature, again, lurking around out of sight, picking off people one by one. And again, I think Stephen Sommers, I don't know why he hasn't really directed much in a decade. I do like him as a director. Again, this guy did The Mummy a year later. And based off this movie, I can see why, because, well, not only that, but you have Kevin J. O'Connor play Benny in that movie, so he would use that actor again. But you could tell, Stephen Sommers, with his direction, again, he brings a nice scope to the film, and so forth. Now, the visual effects here are done by Industrial Light and Magic, and some of the practical effects and portions are done by Rob Bottin, who worked on John Carpenter's The Thing. Now, with the creature, it is a lot of CGI here. And I think it's fine. It doesn't really bother me too much. I do kind of wonder if now they can somehow, if they can somehow go back and maybe, touch up on the creature a bit. Just don't touch the practical portions of the creature. But if they could somehow maybe go back and, again, maybe touch up on the CGI a bit. Again, I think it's fine. It's 1998, so you got to keep that in mind here. But I think the concept of the creature is really cool. It's like this squid-like creature that, drains bodies and, regurgitates the victims. There's just one part where the group, they walk into this room. It's like a feeding room, and you have all these bodies everywhere. Skeletal remains and blood. So there's, stuff like that. It's really cool to see. So there's some great practical stuff here. Even though, like I said, a lot of the creature is CGI, and it's fine for what it is. You know, again, it's 1998 here, but I do enjoy the concept of the creature. I enjoy that. So yeah, I do enjoy the visuals here. And, you know, the box office, I mean, it didn't really do too much when it came out, unfortunately. It came out in February of 98, but around that time, Titanic was still wiping out everybody in the box office. I don't know if this has a Blu-ray or not. I would like to get the Blu-ray if it is on Blu-ray. You know, if not, it deserves to be on Blu-ray. So yeah. But now it's time to get to my overall thoughts. Entertaining creature feature that delivers on thrills and escapism fun. Very solid cast with Treat Williams, Famke Janssen, and others that bring an energy to this film with satisfying direction by Stephen Sommers. And out of 5 stars, I'm going to give Deep Rising 4 out of 5 stars. But that's it for now. Thank you for watching, and take care.